And that is right, people. I will get to that in a second. But I'm, of course, the reigning, defending podcast prediction champion. I am excellence himself, excellence personified, the man you all know and love. I am Ricky Goldman. This right here is, of course, the Reigning Rock podcast. Do get liking and sharing. As always, grab yourself a drink. I've not got one quite yet, but I will have in a second. Get this shared, commented on, and all of that. Just 2 subscribers away from 380. So do like and subscribe. That's the utmost importance. But I'm not here alone. I've not got 1, not 2, but I've got 3 guests. So let me bring in the man that's all about the money. Put your diamonds on the shore for this man. He is the one, the only. He's cashing in, I think. He's got his money in the bank briefcase because he's all about the money. He is Marcus.
Ching, ching. Bling, bling. There's always money over here.
That is right. Yes. And let me bring in the reigning, defending quiz champion. I didn't give him his full title last week. I will do this week. So reigning, defending quiz champion and also a championship in his possession as he's got the undisputed championship. Showing it off for all of us. He is the wrestling blood. He is the man. He is TJ.
Acknowledge me. I got the title. I am the man with the knowledge. With knowledge brings power. Knowledge brings power. Prepares us for the final hour. I'm the man with all the answers because I know more than you.
That is right. And my third and final guest is, he is a king. He is a tribal king, apparently. But he is the king of the ring. He is the hound dog himself. He is all the way from the host of No Mercy this year from Colorado. He is Elvis.
And now you 3 jabronis bow down to me.
Okay then. So how are you, Elvis?
I'm doing just well. Just outside, a bit gloomy, and we're expecting showers. Don't know what time, but.
So real quick, it's been years, I think, since you've been on. So we'll take about 5 minutes or so just to tell the viewers all about yourself, where you're from, if you want to. I know you've got to say Colorado, but if you want to tell them where in Colorado, that's up to you. And how long have you been watching wrestling, and who's your favorite all-time wrestler?
Well, I'll start off with my all-time favorite wrestler, which is the late, great Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero.
Viva la Lucha.
So I'm 32, so probably been watching since maybe 5-6 years old. So it's been a long minute. And like you said, from Colorado, not that far from Denver, just south of Denver. Takes me about an hour and a half to get up there, and maybe an hour and 15 minutes if I'm speeding a little bit on the highway, but I'm not confirming nor denying if I ever got to Denver in faster time. Doesn't hurt. And limitations have already expired.
Don't you have the Rockies in Colorado, the Rocky Mountains?
Yep, it's a bit gloomy, but no mountains where I live. That's pretty close, but maybe about an hour west of me, an hour and a half or so.
Have you ever been to visit the Rocky Mountains?
And we have Pikes Peak, which is in Springs, which is just about 30 minutes north of me. But then you got to go west to Pikes Peak, so not too far from there.
Have you been to the Rocky Mountains?
Nope.
No,
I'm not a mountain person.
Neither am I, but they're like the world famous, so I would go to see them because they're world famous and they're like a landmark, aren't they? No, I suppose a mountain is a landmark. I don't know. That's geography, which I'm no good at. Anyway, let's kick things off with the first segment here, which of course is video. Video is somewhere here. There we are. So it is, Marcus.
What's cooking at the table?
That is right. Pull up a chair, order a meal of caviar and oysters, because that's what the golden one does. And let's get into a bit of chat. So Elvis, what quick at the table is just like a 2-minute chat. What we've been up to. So in the last couple, I know that you do politics. So if you want to very quickly mention that, that's fine. But what have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Oh, not much. I watch wrestling periodically when I'm not working at night because I do have a nighttime job, but I don't watch it on the phone at all, but I catch it from time to time and everything. So I keep up with the product, but not what happens on every single match, every single segment. But I want to say that the best thing going on right now, especially on Raw, is Daddy Dominic Mysterio and his new mommy, Liv. He traded in the rubbish of Rhea Ripley and now has a beauty pageant in Liv. But one thing I would add to that Triple H and the people in the back should bring back is Vicky Guerrero as his manager, as a mouthpiece, make it full circle.
I think the Judgment Day stuff is good, but obviously not the thing on Raw at the moment. But I know that you enjoy it, and I know that you like to ask PNP in the description below. Chris Featherstone over at PNP Pancakes and Powder some questions. So do you want to ask us any questions, or should we just carry on?
We could carry on.
Okay, I know you like to asking questions, and he kind of like brushes them off and say, "Oh, it's a stupid question." But anyway, the money man himself, Marcus. What have you been up to since last week?
Earning money. I'm kidding. Working, doing my thing with the kids, teaching them all the great things about health and physical education. What else I do? Celebrated Founders Day on Thursday. Happy belated Founders Day, TJ.
Celebrated what day?
Huh?
What day?
Founders Day. The day that me and TJ's beloved fraternity was founded.
Okay.
And it was a great time. Hung up with the bros, hung out with an Iota sweetheart, hung out with some ladies of Sigma, hung out with some ladies of Zeta, hung out with the men of Sigma. And it was just an overall good time. And other than that, just chilled out for the rest of the day, the rest of this week.
I'll just quickly go over what I've been up to, of course. Going to the gym, trying to keep fit. My craft thing made a SummerSlam Bad Blood card. And you saw it earlier, I'm going to show it again. I've designed a logo for the podcast. So that's going to go here. You can put it here. You're watching me do it. I'll do it live. Hopefully this doesn't fall down. There we are. So you've got Raining Rock Podcast. There we are. So yeah, to brand it, I'm trying to do a nice new setup of my figures, my WrestleManias I've got signed, and yeah. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. As I asked as the man himself, TJ, what have you been up to since last week?
Well, working. And also I celebrated my Founders Day, just like Marcus said. Also, afterwards, I went to my district meeting for another organization I belong to. I'm Buddhist, so I went to a Buddhist discussion meeting. So my week's been pretty much chill.
Do you go to the gym as well, or you don't find time for that?
Occasionally when I can get to the gym. Lately I haven't been able to get to the gym because of work, but now I'm trying to make more of an effort to go to the gym after work. Because I am gaining weight and I need to work it off.
And Marcus looks like he lives in the gym, but there we are.
This dude, I'm always working out, man. Whether it's moving around, doing some push-ups at home, doing some bicep curls, some hammer curls, whatever else at home. So I got pieces of gym equipment at the crib.
So pause. That's free. It's free doing it that way, and you can work out as much as you like. Well, my gym's open 24/7, so if I wanted to go all day, I could, but
Yeah, so is mine actually.
which I find a whole lot easier because then I can go anytime rather than he's closes at 6, 8, 10 p.m. So we'll go into the next segment, and I know Elvis, you don't watch movies. It doesn't have to be movies; it can be series, etc., or anything else that you've been watching. But let's get to this, and that is DJ. Take it away.
Movie talk. Anything between Hollywood, Nollywood, Bollywood, and anything in between. Movie talk.
That is right. So 3 movies, as always, I've watched. I'll start with the first, the Garfield movie. Not as good as the original with, I think Bill Murray voiced Garfield. The new ones, okay, but I prefer the original.
Isn't that the
Elvis, you're new here, so what have you been watching? Movies, series, documentaries, sport? Go ahead.
Well, then for the other two here, I'm a fan of Big Brother, so I watch that and everything. I even catch it back when I miss it on Peacock and everything. But it's just a reality show that they kick somebody off every week, and whoever is the last person standing wins a whopping $750,000.
It's just we've got Big Brother here in the UK. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's the same thing like that.
You're watching 10 people in a house just sat around talking.
It's 16
boring.
over here.
Thank God they give them tasks and stuff to do. Otherwise, you just start watching people talking.
But the thing is, being stuck in the studio house, because it's out in LA and everything, for 100 days without no TV, no phone, no computer, no nothing, I would go freaking bonkers. Nothing. You have no access to the outside world except outside in the backyard watching the stars at night and planes in the morning and everything. That's pretty freaking boring. But hey, free food.
2 things quickly. Just imagine me in the Big Brother house with no wrestling. I would be killing somebody. Also, they would keep me in because
But if you're ever in the Big Brother house, would you change your persona and not being acknowledged me and everything and change your character?
They would keep me in for that. They'd be saying, acknowledge me to everybody. So they think, is he playing a character? Is he not? Oh, he's interesting. Keep him in. Also,
first night.
I would get up and eat all the food. And then all the other housemates that you let the food, would be like, and that causes drama. They would keep me in.
You just asking for your ass whipped.
Right.
What they're going to, but it causes drama, which the viewers like, so the viewers would keep me in.
Oh, so wait, you're trying to get Miz famous, aren't you? Because Miz became famous off of a reality show, so therefore
off of Real World, and that's where I first knew about the Miz, because I used to watch that back in the day and everything, and he was a cocky, SOB on that show.
You mean Back to New York?
Have you guys ever watched Big Brother?
Miz wasn't on Big Brother, but Miz was on Real World.
Yeah.
So TJ, you watched a couple of movies last time you were on The Deliverance and Abigail. Have you watched any more movies or anything else?
Something else I'm watching now is The Discovery of Witches, which is actually pretty good. It has vampires, it has witches, it has demons, spells. And I'm was watching The Mayfair Witches, which is basically about a witch family in New Orleans that seems to always, the women seem to always have bad stuff happen to them. Kind of similar stories, but different time periods.
Is that on Netflix or no?
They're both on Netflix.
Has anybody watched the new Beetlejuice movie?
No, but it's on my list to watch. So that takes me to the second movie which I watched, which is Out of Exile, with a little cameo from Jake the Snake Roberts. So if you look at the cast, he's one of the stars, but again, a decent movie. The new Beetlejuice is on my list to watch, but you can't beat the classic. So anyway, we'll move up to Marcus. What have you been watching? Football or anything else?
That's it. Football, baseball, college football.
And the latest movie I watched, The Exorcism, starring Russell Crowe. Again, decent movie, if you like your satanic, demonic movies like that. But yeah. I have been to a wrestling show last time we were on, so let me just quickly discuss that as I play in a second. Play this.
It is now time for Wrestling Days Out with Ricky Goldman.
That is right. Wrestling Days Out with Ricky Goldman. Thank you for that, Sam. That should be on next week, hopefully. Went to a show last Sunday. Good show. Good matches. Some delicious sausage rolls as always. Fairly local to me. Did get some merch. So Sting sticker. Don't know if you're a fan of Sting. You like Sting, as Tony Schiavone would say.
It's Sting.
There we are.
Woo!
And I'm leaving. Give me a second. Another sticker. It's like a wet floor sign, and it says wrestling, and it has another guy. I do like this Dropkick Drive. So it's like a street name, but it's wrestling. I think I got this sticker free, but the famous line in the Hell in a Cell between Mankind and Undertaker's "God in my witness, he's broken in half." Some say it's the greatest Hell in a Cell match ever. Do you guys agree on that or not?
Well, probably the craziest Hell in a Cell match.
Absolutely the craziest one. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely crazy.
By God, how the fuck did it go?
By God, that man has a family.
Yes,
broken in half.
God as my witness.
Like, you never see anything like that. I know that WWE is meant to be going away from the PG era when they go to Netflix, but you're not going to see anything like that. Few other bits. Fridge magnet that I can put up now that I've shown you guys. Another picture and a badge. Not sure where I put this, but a little badge I got. So yeah, good show. My next one is next Saturday. But yeah, good show. I think they did about 7 matches, 7 matches in 3 hours. And yeah. So I'm going to play a little ad and then we'll get into some wrestling chatter. But let me play this one. That is right. Pricing Tees Goldman's. As I always say, if you could have purchased a t-shirt, Get it shared. And my socials on screen right now. Take a good look at those because they're about to go off right now. And of course, like and subscribe. That's the utmost importance. What do they need to do, Marcus?
What? I'm sorry. What you say?
Half asleep there. They need to like and subscribe. What do they need to do, Marcus?
They need to like, share, and subscribe.
That is right. Elvis, what do they need to do?
Bow down to me.
Not that. And TJ, what do they need to do? You know what our audience need to do.
Comment, subscribe, and share.
That is right. Elvis needs to reread the script.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, and purchase.
That is, there we go. Purchase. I like that. I do like that. And very quickly, for those that want to listen to my review of the show I went to, that's in the description. So feel free to listen to that. But we're now going to get into this.
It is now time for wrestling.
That is right. Wrestling roundup as we go over all our favourite shows. So I'll quickly start with, and Elvis, you can chime in if you like, AEW, everybody's favourite.
It's Ricky's
So
favorite.
let me quickly do this. So we'll start with last week's Collision. Jack Perry retained the TNT title against Christopher Daniels. Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Hologram knocked off the Beast Mortis and the Premier Athletes. Wheeler Yuta went over Anthony Henry. Commander, who's usually a jobber, and Private Party beat John Cruz, Law Crew, and Ren Jones. This is what I mean about AEW. Those people you would expect to see on a random indie show on, like, they get beaten, never seen again. Anyway. Serena Deeb lost to Yuka Sakazaki. Gates of Agony took the loss against Bang Bang Gang. Queen Amanita beat Robin Renegade. Althea Bronze. Elvis, any thoughts?
I didn't watch it last week, so can't say anything, but Hologram, he just jumps all over. He's pretty much a jobber. I've seen a few of his matches.
He's getting wins, so I can't be that much of a jobber, but... Okay, then let's move on to the explosive show with fireworks all over the place, Dynamite. Orange Cassidy knocked off Chris Jericho. Cool. Okay. Hook beat JD Inc. Again, bringing in these guys. He's like Hook player went to Tony Khan and said, okay, my wrestling friend, come in and have a match. Of course he can. Because that's going to help ratings. Queen Amanita and Yuka Sakazaki again on the winning side against Mariah May and Serena Deeb losing by DQ. So Mariah May lost by DQ. So she won it all in and they've done nothing with her. Like I said, they wouldn't do anything with her and they haven't. Ricochet knocked off the Beast Mortis and the John Collins family. Will Ospreay went over the Elite. Did you watch Dynamite, Elvis?
I've been at work the past few Wednesdays, so no, I haven't.
You're missing nothing.
I've watched it in about 3 weeks.
I'll say a bronze. Marcus, your thoughts of Ricochet getting another win? Have you got any thoughts?
I mean, I guess this is him building momentum.
And now it's going to be him and Will. Him and Will Ospreay on the not at Wrestle Dream, the pay-per-view, but on the 5th anniversary of Dynamite. And now we've got to believe that Ricochet is coming in to win. Very quickly, Rampage saw Brian Keith lose to Mark Briscoe. The Butcher lost to Wheeler Yuta. Hikaru Shida beat Harley Cameron. The Beast Mortis and Roderick Strong beating Marcus Mathers. So Eminem Marcus, you were there. He beat you. You got beat.
Damn. Count
Maybe next time.
Got the payday.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And your tag team partner, Joe Keys, I don't know who that is, but you know who he is. And Nick Wayne in a fatal four match beat Leo Rush, Kip Sabian, Rocky Romero, Bronze. Let's move on to Raw. Now, my printer's broken, so I am getting it fixed, so I can't print out the results, but I have typed them up and took a picture, so at least I've got the results here. But hopefully TJ's made notes and I don't have to read them out.
All right, so let's begin with Raw. Raw took place, I believe it was in Portland.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go over Raw.
I'm waiting for go on then.
So the first thing we had was CM Punk coming out. CM Punk was doing a promo for Bad Blood. It was an intense promo against Drew McIntyre. Strong promo. Happy about his return, and basically Punk is just saying that he was not happy to be back, or simply just happy to be back there. But Punk was angry and seemed like he's hell bent on getting his hands on Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I think this certainly hypes up the match. This, Elvis, is the hot feud at the moment on Raw, Punk and Drew.
Is there a stipulation to this match? Because since it's Bad Blood, it should be a first blood match.
Hell in a Cell.
So the prior pay-per-view, they had a strap match.
Correct?
And now it's Hell in a Cell. Because Bad Blood 2004 was Triple H and Shawn Michaels, if I believe. That was Hell in a Cell, wasn't it? Okay, so Triple H, Shawn Michaels did a year before then.
Is this going to be their last match for a while in this feud, or are they just going to move on to a freaking different shit?
I'll answer that question in a second. Very quickly, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, that was very good. Brutal, great match. Yes, I would imagine this is Drew and Punk's last match, because Punk is apparently going against Gunther at Survivor Series. So I would imagine Drew does something else. I don't know what, because I think he loses at Bad Blood, but I don't know. They can't have another match. They've had 3 matches. They can't have another one. But yeah, this really built the match. Yeah, cool way to kick off Raw.
And then after Bad Blood is it Blood Money? I mean, Saudi.
If you watch NXT, it's Halloween Havoc, then Crown Jewel, then Survivor Series, and then
I call it Blood Money.
Okay,
Crown
and then
Jewel, Blood Money,
Saturday night main event, possibly in the NXT pay-per-view. Anyway, the next one the main roster's Bad Blood, NXT is Halloween Havoc. Elvis, your thoughts about the opening segments on Raw with CM Punk?
CM Punk to me is just blood now these days. After he gave the finger to the WWE fans a decade ago, left, and then now is coming back to kiss Triple H's ring. Come on now. It's all about the money.
Well, of course it is. That's exactly what it's about. All of they're not doing this for free. So of course it's about the money, but obviously other wrestlers don't make it as obvious as Punk does. But yes, it's all about the money, as you say.
Well, who should win this Hell in a Cell match?
I think Punk wins.
We're not doing predictions right now.
Oh, we could do whatever we want.
Whoa.
Who should win? Oh, I don't know. But who will? Well,
does a win or loss do anything to the other person at this time, though? Does it move the needle? Does it get them in the title opportunity picture?
I'll say, well, okay, so I'll answer 2 questions there. If you have with either Punk or Drew winning, isn't it? So let's say Punk wins. If Drew looks good in defeat, I don't think that damages him. And yes, Punk is meant to be next in line for the title at Survivor Series. Anyway, let's go to Marcus. Your thoughts about the opening segment with Punk?
Good opening segment, good promo, hype up the match at Bad Blood. Good job.
Okay. Next, what happened next, TJ?
All right. Next up was Sheamus versus Pete Dunne, FKA Butch.
Good match. Good win for Pete Dunne. But does this do anything for him? Hopefully,
No.
but what do you think, TJ?
Well, they're trying to build Pete Dunne up to be a heel, to be like that heel that he was in the NXT UK. So it's all right, but I know Sheamus is going to probably go for a Shillelagh match against him down the line or something.
Yeah. We are getting a dumpster match. Well, Marcus probably cover this, but I'll just mention it now. A dumpster match. When was the last time you saw one of them in WWE? You're getting that in SmackDown. And SmackDown isn't in Atlanta. I thought it would be, but anyway. Marcus, your thoughts on Pete Dunne going over Sheamus?
I really liked. I mean, I think it's a good thing for Pete Dunne to go over. This should carry some momentum. I mean, listen, Pete Dunne is working overtime right now. This man's on NXT. He's on Raw. It's like WWE don't know what to do with Pete Dunne at this moment in time. So like they swoo and sway his momentum. Like he had momentum on NXT, then he lost it. Now he has momentum on Raw. Will he lose it there? It's like you don't know what to do with a guy that's super talented. So it's cool that he got the win, but it's weird that he's working like 2 shows.
I think he may be done with NXT for now, but who knows? He plays turn up next week, so who knows? Elvis, your thoughts? Pete Dunne going over Sheamus?
Just another villain match, and this is just my opinion. So I think Sheamus just wants to get the younger generation over because he's near retirement, because he's in his mid-40s by now. So he's been around. He just wants to work with the younger talent and teach them the ropes.
He's just signed a new multi-year deal, so maybe that's true. Maybe that's all he'll do from now on, but he's never going to be world champion again. He's not beating. Oh no, Gunther Sheamus will be good for the title. He could do that, but he's not beating Gunther.
Sheamus already told us what he's after. It's not the world title. He's after.
It's a kind of
But Sheamus,
or they could bring back the 24/7 championship.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
TJ, what was next?
What's next is Natalya beat Zoe Stark.
I'd missed that match on my notes, but yes, thank
I
God
thought
you took
Zoe
notes.
Stark was going to win that match, though.
So I think the building Natalya.
When it comes to the Pure Fusion collection, this is how we them.
So I think they're going to build Natalya. So I think she joins Rhea Ripley's team, and I don't know who else. I think it's going to be Rhea, Natalya, and 3 others versus Liv's team in Survivor Series. Now Liv seems very, very on her own. So who's she going to team with? Well, I guess we'll wait and see later down the line.
And then what's the team called with Zoe Stark and the other 2?
Pure Fusion Collective, not the greatest name ever.
Oh, I would just call them HLA. or UGLA. Ugly Lesbian Action. ULA.
UHLA. Actually, their name was a little longer. It was Mom, there are 3 big lesbos headed to the ring.
So we'll go with you, Elvis, and you chime in. Your thoughts on Natalia beating Zoe Stark.
Well, she hasn't been around for months. She just returned a couple weeks ago, so she's just there and is near retirement, in my opinion, and she'll be in the Hall of Fame just to, once again, like Sheamus says, to teach these younger people. And of course, it's just for show and entertainment.
I do think she's going to be built, though, to join Rhea's team at Survivor Series because it's in Canada. So they're going to want someone from Canada
to make that money. And she's not going to get another title shot at all.
And you've got only Owens could be there, but Owens isn't going to be in War Games. Well, certainly not the women's War Games. TJ, did you think Zoe Stark was going to win, or would you agree with Natalia winning?
I agree with Natalia winning, but I can see Zoe Stark clearly getting frustrated now. There might be somebody leaving Pure Fusion Collective soon.
They lost this week, if you count. I'm going to count it as a loss for Pure Fusion Collective. They lost last week. They're not really getting the wins. Ew, they're just putting people over. Anyway, Marcus, what did you think?
Good dub for Natalia. I mean, it's Zoe Stark. Sadly, in Pure Fusion Collective, she's the background singer. And it's terrible because at that point in time, her and Shayna were doing good work together. And then out of nowhere, Sonya just was like, hey, bitches, I'm back. And I was like, oh, man, Zoe's going to get pushed back. And Zoe had some momentum. So now Zoe don't. And now she's counting the lights or getting tapped out. And it's just not a good look for Zoe. It looks messed up for her.
They could call them the catering team.
Well, at least they're on the show. So
yeah, they're on the show. They get the work.
Did they put the? Oh God! See, we're only how far away are we from Survivor Series? What, 2 months? Just over 2 months, and I couldn't tell you who's on the women's team. We just said it all, really. Like they're pushing nobody. Oh no, okay, Liv, that's about it, and Rhea's getting pushed. Anyway, sorry, TJ, what happened next?
All right, the next thing that happened is Jey Uso and Braun Breaker promo, where Braun Breaker pretty much tells Jey that he needs to back down, and then Jey pretty much says, oh, but maybe your title reign will be as short as your NFL career.
Oh,
I like the look of Braun, like, yeah, what? You just said what? I'm going to say the same what I say about Jey every single week. Look at the reaction. Is he beating Braun next week? No. There. That's my thoughts. Marcus, what do you think?
I mean, everybody knows I'm huge on Jey Uso. Jey Uso should have been one it's some type of fucking title, some type of something. But all the momentum that he has, the crowd reaction, like the dude is probably, if I can think about it, he's probably the most over person on Raw. To be honest with you, to be fair, he's the most over person on Raw. And
look at his reaction, yeah.
And probably the second or third most over person in WWE at this current moment in time. I mean, yeah. Listen, I love the work that they're putting out there. The promo was good. You know, let him know, like, listen, how long you been in WWE? How long I've been in the WWE? Yeah, I've been winning tag gold, but I've been winning more gold than you've been in this company, my man. Sit down, relax, and let pros do this shit for real. I mean, I think they're gonna have a good match. I'm hoping Jey gets over. That's what I'm hoping for. I know what other people feel, but it's yeet time, in my opinion.
2 things quickly before I go to TJ. You're right. Look at the reaction he gets. The yeet throughout the commercial break. Why do you not put a title on somebody like that? And Braun's winning at SummerSlam, didn't he? So yeah, he's not losing it anytime soon.
The reason they're not putting the title on Jey is because Jey is kind of a liability with considering his DUIs. So they want to see him go throughout a period of DUI before they put a title on him. So it's just everything's just kind of a warm up up until this point.
Okay, did you enjoy the did you enjoy the line of you by the NFL?
And I enjoyed the spear.
And I think Elvis is dying. Hopefully not dying over there. Hopefully
No.
not. We want you to live. We want you to survive.
And then
We want
I
you
would
to
have
be-
changed that segment just a little bit, just to take it back about 15 years ago or so. Jey Uso should have done some Steiner math and said, when you get in the ring with me one-on-one and just make up some random numbers that make zero sense to everybody just to get the crowd's reaction. That would have been good to do some Uso math.
Yeah, because Braun came out or he dressed like his father, and yeah, they're making it no secret who his father and uncle are. But anyway, TJ, go on. What happened? What was up next?
All righty then. What was up next is the World Tag Team Championships, New Day versus Judgment Day. With the Judgment Day going over the New Day, there seems to be some miscommunication in New Day. New Day is slowly breaking up. Xavier Woods is going to turn heel. It's going to be an epic heel turn, like none that we've ever seen before.
And that's TJ's thoughts. On to you.
I couldn't agree more. Ditto.
Okay, the match. Who went for the Judgment Day? They finally defend the tag titles. New Day are a very well established tag team. 10 years. With or without Big E, they're still New Day. So cool. I didn't really get the referee was outside, and that bit just didn't really flow for me. He was outside rather than in the ring, and you could
suck. Ref, you suck.
You can see it from a mile away, and it's just now the heel turn. Yes, Woods is going to turn heel, and this is what will happen. He'll beat Woods, he'll beat Kofi. Kofi loses to everybody. Then probably joins what they're called. The faction. Yeah, the Final Testament. They'll beat Kofi in a 6-man match, and then that's it. Woods will be forgotten about. But at least you've got Punk Drew, you've got the Gunther stuff, you've got the different they're trying to do something with Woods, so okay.
All right. So next after that was Braun versus Bronson Reed, no contest. They destroyed half the arena.
And they went through a phony ass wall.
One of them even threw a fan at somebody.
That was good. Okay, that I enjoyed. That was good. But they're going to have another match and probably break something else. And this is a role like Braun in. Do not have him speak when he's on the microphone or he's doing a backstage promo. It's like, no, boring.
I would like to see a last man standing match.
I would like to see them in a match, but a special guest referee. And there's only one referee that won't take shit from anybody.
Dominic Mysterio.
No.
Who?
Really? He'll open a kind of whoop ass on you and stomp a mud hole in you.
Stone Cold ain't going back for a random Raw match or even a pay-per-view match. Maybe
Money talks.
Saudi.
Money talks. And then when the New Day breaks up, you know who could join Kofi as the New Day? R-Truth.
Oh yeah, where's he gone? I know. Obviously, he didn't really get injured by Bronson Reed, but yeah, could do, yeah. But I think the New Day need to die. If Woods leaves, that's it. New Day's dead.
Well, I think all the plans changed since Odyssey Jones got fired a couple weeks ago. So he was there the couple weeks, and then that stuff alleged about him. So I think that threw a monkey wrench into the plans on when Woods was going to turn heel.
That screwed everything up, didn't it? It was like, what do we do now? They didn't even mention him on TV. It was like, let's just pretend he doesn't exist. So up next, TJ Walls.
Already up, I believe up next it was the Sami Zayn promo where he almost got into Ludwig's head. They jump him, but then Sami showed that he's worthy of Gunther's challenge.
Yeah, this was good. I liked it. Two things. So Gunther just beat one of the greatest of all time in Orton, and he doesn't want to face Sami Zayn. Orton, Sami Zayn, he's levels below Orton. Orton, like I said, Orton, one of the greatest of all time, 14-time world champion, and I know that they're building it, and I like the building it. It's Sami Zayn. Look at Gunther, and people are saying maybe Ludwig turns face. No, I'll say no. What do you think, Elvis? I know we've discussed about this, about Ludwig going face. Did you enjoy the promo? And yeah, go on.
It was all right, but what good does it do if he turns face? What type of push does he get? He's just gonna job out because he's the mouthpiece for Gunther. And Gunther really doesn't need a manager or a mouthpiece. He's just gonna whoop your ass.
True. Yeah. Sami Zayn. Marcus, what did you think?
Sure, I'm Sami Zayn over something. Now I'm Muslim.
All right. I was just talking about Sami Zayn. Sorry.
I'm Muslim and white. Great. Yeah, I mean, we're about to have a good match between those two workhorse people. The fact that people are even talking about Ludwig Kaiser, which is his name, being face sounds ridiculous. There's nothing for him to do on the babyface side. Like, him being a heel makes absolutely 100% sense because he's a stuck-up German dickhead. That makes 100% sense. And he stands by the ring general. So for him to turn face makes zero sense. He's going to be by his best friend at all times. He rides with his best friend. And there's nothing for him to do. So I did like the promo. It was good stuff. Just keep the program going until Bad Blood, which is when it happens.
Yeah, because it's not happening on Raw this week, and please don't have them add it to the Raw just before Bad Blood. Ugh, nah. What did you think? We don't ask you, DJ, what you thought.
I just thought it was a nice promo. That Ludwig needs to continue to be the mouthpiece of Gunther. Sami is just going to lose this match because they're preparing him for War Games next. The next match is Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Io Sky got a huge upset over Bianca Belair. The match was a phenomenal match. It was a rematch from Puerto Rico. They both put on a stellar performance.
They did. Good match. So now Damage Control go after the titles, do they? Or was this just because Kyrie's injured, let's throw in Io?
Only stepped in because Kyrie was injured.
Okay, then fair enough. But good match, good win for Io. Yeah, let's move on. Marcus, what did you think?
The thing I love about them two squaring off is that they work so well together, right? Like, sometimes, especially when you look at the way, like, Bianca Belair's wrestling style might not fit every single person she goes up against. This is a very power style based offense, and her selling is meh. But I can tell you this, and maybe I'm going to get a lot of disagreements with this. Bianca is getting up there with Charlotte as far as like talent wise. But she knows how to work better than Charlotte does. To work with someone as to work with someone as talented as Io and put on a banger of a match is great.
I don't think Charlotte has any talent whatsoever. She lives off her father and has botched many, many times. It's just name me a good match that Charlotte ever had.
There was a time point that Charlotte was the best female wrestler, like, period.
Maybe in NXT, but on the main roster, not so much.
Yeah, I'm talking about main roster too.
She's botched it a lot for me. She's okay in the ring, but I remember a match with Trish. Was it Trish Stratus at SummerSlam 1 year? That was good. She's had odd good matches here and there, but I wouldn't say every single match is good. But
I did also say that this is just my opinion that people won't agree with.
I think Bianca's a lot more talented. I don't think she's ever had a bad match, ever botched. So,
and finally, we have Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, future world champ Dominic Mysterio.
And the match ended with Damian Priest winning, but Judgment Day going over against Damian and Rhea with the attack. Jay tried to help, but Braun interfered with the spear. So the new Judgment Day has went over the Terror Twins on this fall.
We didn't get Elvis's thoughts on EO beating Bianca, so Elvis, go ahead.
Just a fill-in match, and with the tag team titles going back and forth with these different teams, what I'm waiting for is Jay to turn on Bianca and to push Jade to that next level. And of course, Mommy Liv isn't going to have the title much longer. Put it back on Rhea. Have Rhea versus Jade Cargill.
I do have a quick question for Elvis. You think Jade is ready to turn heel?
Well, I'm not much of a fan of Jade Cargill, but it's always predictable. Tag team split up, although that they're still friends backstage when the camera isn't on them. But how about the other way? Turn Bianca heel. But another thing is she has all the fans, and I don't want to pull this card, but just hear me out. She has little girls that look like her, that look up to her, and if she turns heel, then those younger girls that don't understand that she's still a good person, when she turns heel and if she attacks Jade Cargill, they might cry, that look just like her, young African American girls that are watching it that don't fully understand, like we understand that they're all good people, that they just are getting paid extra money to turn heel.
Was Bianca healing? I know she'd been face since coming up to the main roster, but was she healing NXT? I know she was with us. I can't remember
How
back
if
then.
I know?
Okay, then I probably watched it back then as well, but I can't remember.
I know who to ask. Oh, TJ, was Bianca Belair ever heel in NXT?
Yes, she was.
Thank you. Wrestling
So
Blur,
who would you rather see heel first? Bianca or Jade?
I could see Bianca going heel first and turning on Jade. That way Jade would be over as a face.
How do you think that would do it with the young kids that look up to her?
We don't know, but let's get on to Damian Priest and Dominic.
It's Daddy Dom to you.
Okay, so I think I've said it before. You took the title away from Priest, but he's been pushed ever since losing, ever since SummerSlam. Pushed. So you don't really notice that title's been. Well, you notice because he's not got it, but you don't really notice. You do because he's not got it, but I don't really think he needed it in the first place. He'd been took away from him, and he's still pushed. So. Cool. Jumping there, standing tall. They need to do something. What do you think, Elvis?
Well, I think Damian Priest was just a transitional champion, just like Bobby Lashley was years back. And I do like Priest, but he's just going to get mixed up and tossed to the side and everything.
Do you not think, you don't agree with me that he took the title away but still being pushed?
Well, he is, but he might get another match against Gunther, but he's not going to win, and they're going to keep that title on Gunther probably until WrestleMania on whoever wins the Rumble.
I think way beyond Mania, but that's just me. He was UK, he was main roster champion, IC champion for 666 days. I think he outdoes that. Marcus, what did you think of Priest going over and Judgment Day attacking?
This is the thing. I mean, yeah, it's good for Damian to get a win. Builds up some momentum for him versus Finn Balor at Bad Blood. Also, the beatdown also pushes that narrative as well for the Judgment Day. Good. You know how I feel. Dominic Mysterio is the future world champion, of course.
Amen. Yes, he is.
That's one. Two. Here's the thing about Damian Priest. Winning the world title was a big thing about him working super hard, working his ass off, coming from where he came from to NXT to when he came up to the main roster, and everybody was like, "Who the hell is this?" Having that so and so gimmick to then becoming a part of Judgment Day, then becoming the co-leader of Judgment Day alongside Rhea. But the thing that makes Damian Priest relevant is the Judgment Day. Without the Judgment Day, he's just a big, tall Puerto Rican bull. That's it. That's all he is. Who's a former world champion, and so it's good that they got this going, but it's going to come to an end. And I think that thing that worries me for Damian Priest is he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
Hopefully not, because I like Priest. I like he's got like his character. I like his look. He's good. He's good on the microphone. He's good in the ring. So hopefully he doesn't, but we'll see.
TJ, what do you think?
Sorry,
I think that. So I think that, and don't get mad at me, Marcus. I think Damian Priest and Jey Uso are going to win the tag team titles away from Finn Balor and JD McDonagh. I know you want main event Jey Uso
that way,
but he'll always be stuck to the tag team division. But that's the only way they're going to vanquish the Judgment Day is take the tag team titles away. Then Liv will have to lose her title to Rhea, and then that's when Dominic will show his true colors with Liv and break her heart again. And then that's when Liv will just go on a rampage again.
If you're going to have Jey and Priest go after the tag titles, it's got to be after Survivor Series, because Jay's going to be somehow. Maybe Reigns just says, "I've made a call," and out comes Jey and Jimmy and somebody else. So you've got Jey, Jimmy. They're going to need two other members, aren't they? Two other family members.
And then I'm going to say something that you guys may not agree with. But Dominic Mysterio is the greatest Mysterio to ever lace up a boots and wrestle in the ring.
Okay, let's move. Right. Right. My rating for Raw, I'm going to give it. I think the momentum kind of dropped off a little bit here. I don't think they carried on their momentum. Ron's plus, I'll say. Elvis, your rating for Raw.
Holy shit! I didn't know I went to heaven.
Are you saying a rating 1 through 10 or letter grade?
From bronze to platinum. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum.
Yes.
Minus, plus, whatever. Go on.
Silver.
Okay. Marcus, your rating.
And then one thing that I would knock it down for is because, okay, we have two big meaty guys. They go through a freaking phony ass wall. Like, really, that was set up. It wasn't like it was a real wall.
And the things fell down. I just thought, it looked like slapstick, like there was a comedy show. So that I didn't like. Yeah, and he just ran into the ring post turnbuckle and broke it. Anyway, Marcus, your rating.
Silver. Nope. Silver minus.
Okay, and TJ.
I'll give it a silver plus.
So the show, the three letters, the show on a Tuesday night, the show that is changing TV, NXT. Yeah. No. Okay then. So we kicked off with a contract signing. Trick Williams came out. Ethan Page did. Trick got planted through a table by Ethan. I liked this was a story throughout the night. Yeah, cool. Your thoughts, Elvis, of how they kicked off NXT?
It was all right. I was watching it off and on because on Tuesdays I channel surf on the TV, so I catch probably about 70% of NXT.
For me, NXT is the show. Like you don't know who's going to turn up, you don't know what's going to happen.
But
anyway,
I got a quick thing to ask all three of you guys. Say his name, and he appears.
Joe Hendry. Well, you asked me about do I like? Well, okay. You can ask CJ and Marcus if you like this question, but you asked me, do I like Joe Hendry? Yes, he was super over at No Mercy. His theme works, it comes out, clap,
Those
clap.
fans are fickle. It's just clapping and saying his name. Like, really?
It's easy to sing along to. Yeah, great. Do we just move on then, or do you want to ask Marcus and TJ?
Are you guys a fan of Joe Hendry, or is he a lame duck?
Yes, we're fans.
I'm a believer.
Oh my!
Marcus, your thoughts how they kicked off NXT with the contract signing?
It was a good way of sparking off the show. I mean, the whole story of NXT was about the contract not being signed at that time. So it ended up making it pretty cool about that aspect, and it also kind of showed the state of NXT that Ava has no control over it right now.
No flavor, Ava.
Don't let the Rock hear you say that. Anyway, TJ, did you enjoy the opening bit of NXT?
Yes, I did.
Okay, moving along to your first piece of in-ring action, women's tag team action that saw Lyra Valkyrie and Tim Paxley defeat Rosemary and Wendy Shaw. I really would have had Rosemary win here. Like she, out of everybody going to NXT, I've said it before, I'll say it again, she's on a losing streak. If she pinned Tate and Paxley, no one cares. Well, okay, no one cares that Paxley would have got pinned, so okay, cool. TJ, your thoughts?
Great match, great tag team action. Tyra was really communicating.
Would you have had Rosemary win or no?
Well, Rosemary is from TNA, so TNA talent really won't get much over in NXT.
What they called Rascals have had wins. Joe Hendry's had wins. It's just Rosemary seems to be on a losing streak, unfortunately. Marcus, what did you think?
I mean, it was a good match. That was my first time I've ever really seen Valkyria actually have a good match, like ever. I never seen that woman have a good match before. So that was good. Finally, I got to see her actually do something, and it looked good.
And sorry
about Rosemary, right?
No, well, okay. Well, that was okay. Well, that was one question, I suppose. Will you had Rosemary win?
No, of course not. Why would I have her win?
My original question was, without question, you can share your thoughts about about her entrance on NXT. You said it works. Do you want to elaborate on that or no?
So her interest works because on NXT, when I see her interest on NXT, it's like, oh, the crowd's small enough and you can feel the woo, dun, 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 woo, everybody, you can feel it. Versus like her entrance, I'm gonna compare her entrance to somebody else that the entrance works on both sides. Finn Balor's original, right? When he did the little thing, I can see it working in NXT and on the main roster because everybody knows Finn Balor. His character was super over, won the title. Everything about Finn Balor, it worked. On the main roster, she don't work. She still needs to be down there. And yeah, I know I'm just watching NXT, but from watching her Raw entrance, it's like only the people in the front row really get it. Or maybe in the people up in the rafters, but it seemed like other than that, her interest when she comes in is dead. And it's not fair for her to get pushed up so fast, and
to
she
get buried so quick.
Yeah, because she wasn't ready. That the Raw women's roster is stacked, and she just fell in the cracks. Stacks and cracks, but she fell through the cracks. She couldn't get pushed really. She got stuck in some. Dealing with Team Forehead, and it's like, bruh, no one knows who this woman is. So now she has a good outing on NXT, and it's like, oh crap, her interest works, and she got over today. Yeah,
I completely agree with everything you said there. Yeah, it's like because the NXT audience is smaller than the main roster audience, so most people are like, "Who's that?" They don't want to know who she is. So. Elvis, your thoughts on the tag team match?
It was a bathroom break match, a sleep doze off match. Okay. It was obvious who was going to win and everything.
It wasn't obvious to me, but fair enough. I thought they would have given the win to Rosemary, but speaking of any,
but even if she won, what does it do for her?
It just shows that, well, WWE have faith in TNA. They're not trying to bury all their talent. Anyway, speaking of TNA, Hammerstone back on NXT this week, winning a match via DQ against Tony D'Angelo. We'll later find out Tony D'Angelo is scared of Boba Fett.
Count out.
I did not say count out. Sorry, okay, then thank you for correcting me there. But we find out that Tony D'Angelo is scared of Boba Fett. So that's probably going to be a match. I wouldn't have Tony take the title away from Oba, but I have a feeling that Hammerstone's going to be involved in that, and that's the reason Oba loses. Yeah. Anyway, Elvis, what did you think about Hammerstone, Tony D'Angelo?
I'm just not a fan of Tony D, and Hammerstone don't even really know who the hell he is, so doesn't do much for me. I watched that. That was a sleeper match too.
He was in MLW and obviously now TNA, but if you don't know anything about that, fair enough. Marcus, what did you think?
So I didn't really watch too much of the Hammerstone match versus Oba. I kind of missed it. I was cooking dinner at the time, but it's interesting. I'm liking this dynamic right now with Tony D, because he sat there when Oba disrespected the girl. I don't know her name. Sat there when he disrespected the other people in the family. Riz. That's kind of funny. This is when he disrespected the family. So now what Tony's going through, he's going through a crisis of confidence, right? Remember, Tony lost the Heritage Cup. He was getting interrupted by Oba anyways. Then Oba went inside that restaurant, showed him up there. Then he lost at No Mercy. Even getting Hammerstone to face Oba, and he lost. It seemed like nothing's working for the Don. So it's hurting the Don's confidence. This is actually showing that the Don could possibly be ready to move up to the main roster with this kind of sports entertainment like stuff going on. Like him going like, I can't do this right now with Hammer because I don't got it. and then they cut the backstage promo, which I know you will probably talk about later, but him cutting that backstage promo with Riz made it all come together, and it made it real beautiful. So I like the overall point of it all, and the match was good, of course, until Tony took a powder. But yeah.
Do you think that Tony's going to go on to win the title and Hammerstone will be involved in that and Tony becomes new champion, or no?
I think what's going to end up happening is Tony's going to face Oba. He's going to beat Oba because he has all this confidence going for him. Was going to lead to Oba moving on to bigger things, NXT title, bigger things. And Hammerstone is not going to be involved.
I would have Oba lose in a triple threat fatal four-way multi-man match where he doesn't get pinned.
Ew.
But that's just me.
TJ,
yes, your thoughts on Hammerstone and Tony D'Angelo?
I agree with everything Marcus said. It does show vulnerability in the Dawn. And like I said, this storyline could, and like you said, it could be moved to move him up to the main roster.
Oba should go to the main roster. I think he's super talented, but
he's not ready yet. He can't talk.
He would get lost in the shuffle.
That too.
he wouldn't. He's fantastic in the ring.
Can't talk.
Okay, they're going to have another big, meaty guy going against another big, meaty guy. Who's he going to face? Bronson Reed or Braun Strowman?
I was just going to say one of those two, yeah.
Once Oba learns how to talk, he can. Then we can talk about it.
Speaking of people that can and can't talk, we had Zachary Wentz coming out, cut a promo, hyping up the Street Fight for October 1st, I think it is. Yeah, do never give Zachary Wentz a microphone ever again. This did nothing for me as a start. He was trying to sound tough and it didn't work.
I didn't catch that segment at all, so no comment.
You missed nothing. It was a Zachary Wentz hyping up the Street Fight match. TJ, your thoughts on it? Do you agree with me? Do you think he just was trying to sound tough, or did you like it?
It was decent enough. I mean, that's why he's in NXT, to work on his mic skills.
Yeah. Marcus, what did you think?
For a guy that's been in the business for how long has Zach been in the business for?
A long time. It was in CZ.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, he did CZW, I think.
He definitely was trying his best to sound tough. It didn't sound that appealing to be tough, but that's why he's still in developmental, right? Like you said, TJ, that's the reason why he's in developmental in TNA. He can't really cut the promo as it should. So it still was all right though for who he is as a person.
And Elvis missed it, so I'll very, very quickly give you about a 5-second what he said. This is going to be the Street Fight match. I'm going to kick your ass for what you did, because he showed on the Tron what Wesley did to Zachary. Trey Miguel. He attacked Trey Miguel. How dare you attack Trey? I'm going to kick your ass at October 1st in Chicago.
And Wesley's going to win. Okay.
Yeah, and they do a third match at Halloween Havoc. Yeah. Eddie Thorpe knocking off Ashanti, the Adonis. Okay. Your thoughts, Elvis?
Just see, I see NXT differently than you. It's just a minor league for me, but because when they get called up, look how many people get lost on the roster. What has Cadence Carter and whatever her tag team partner name is?
True.
Where are all these? Because who they push are the Roman Reigns, the Cody Rhodes, and the Gunthers and the other big names. A lot of them get mixed up. They job out. They're there 1 week. They're gone in catering for 3 weeks. They're back for 2 weeks. Of course, wrestlers don't need to be on screen every single week Okay, take a week vacation, be with your family or whatever, and everything. But let these other people get even a 5-6 minute match. Even if there's a big meaty guy, have him even face a local jobber. Some screen time.
So NXT. Well, you look at NXT like the minor leagues. I look at it as what it is, the third brand. That's what they treated as. You've got main event talent going down to main roster talent going to NXT and vice versa. So it's the third brand.
But whatever happens to the draft? Once you're drafted to a brand, it lasts for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they are on the next one. Oh, well, the general manager made a deal. There ain't no damn deal. When you're on a brand, you're on a brand. It's no switching back and forth every other week.
Yes, a shout out to a podcast I watch regularly called Stash Club Pro, and they've said on there, people going to NXT, the draft means nothing because these people are meant to be drafted to Raw and SmackDown. They're on NXT. I get why they're on NXT, but
why was the bloodline on NXT though? That made no sense.
That was very random, wasn't it? 1 week, that was it.
That threw everybody off. Like, okay, they're just gonna beat some ass. That's about it. For 20 seconds.
Has no control.
Who has no control?
Ava.
And very quickly, Kitale Chance, Kane and Carter is what they're called. Yes, they came to the main roster, a little bit of a push. I think they won the titles, and now nothing. And for those that check the main event results, probably just me, I'm probably the only one in the world. They're not even doing main events, ugh. Anyway.
And or on Damian Priest's Instagram.
And I don't even think they're probably doing house shows, but TJ, your thoughts on Eddie Thorpe beating Ashanti, the Adonis?
No,
okay. Marcus?
Adonis actually has a really good gimmick. I hate the fact that he had to count the lights for that. He actually has a pretty damn good gimmick. I mean, it's not main roster type shit that he can get brought up for, but it's still a good gimmick. So him counting the lights, it just sucks that he can't get a little bit more of a push.
We then went into the second hour of NXT, and it was clobbering time with CM Punk on NXT. I loved it. Like CM Punk on NXT, gonna run not a pay-per-view. I know what was a pay-per-view last year? Was it Deadline? I think it was a Deadline. I think. Go back and look. I think it was Deadline. But on a random NXT, you've got CM Punk. Very cool. Roxanne Perez came out. I like the back and forth between them. Also, in real life, Punk is Roxanne's favorite wrestler. But I liked that they brought. She said, "I should have been a Drew McIntyre fan." Julia came out, hypes up that match. I know you're not the biggest CM Punk fan, but Marcus, your thoughts?
It was cool to see Phillip on NXT, I guess, but not really. I really could have gone without seeing Phillip that night. But sure, show up. Whatever. But the back and forth between him and Roxanne was dope. Now, that was the best part about him showing up. Fuck him showing up, just showing up. But showing up with Roxanne being there and cutting, saying the thing that she said. Like, at first it was like, oh, this is about to be cool. All right, she get to really be in the ring with her favorite wrestler. Then she said the thing about Drew McIntyre. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Roxy, yeah. The Julia part, I didn't care for either, sadly, because Julia doesn't speak English quite well, but she hasn't been in the country that long. Can't fault her for not being good at English. She sadly, and I'm not trying to sound like a xenophobe or nothing like that, but she cuts a promo the same way any Japanese wrestler that comes to America cuts a promo. Slow talk, couple words, leave. And it was fine. It was fine. I still don't know who the fuck Julia is, but it was
Exactly. When I saw her a couple weeks ago, I was like, who the hell
Well,
are
I'm going to
you?
get to your thoughts in a second, and I'll explain who Julia is, Elvis. But very quickly, when Roxanne said to Punk, I should be a Drew McIntyre fan, I know that when they got backstage, Rich was like, "Sorry, I said that." You're my favorite wrestler. Also, Julia came from Stardom, where Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane came from. Decent in the ring, from what I've seen. So there's your background on her. That's really all I know of her. I know she won the titles over there. I think she's a double champion at some one point. She might have been Stardom champion and the title that Mercedes Moné has, whatever that is. Is it the strong open weight? Whatever the title is that she has, she held that. So there you go. There's your background history on Julia. Elvis, your thoughts on the Punk, Roxanne, Julia stuff?
It was just too damn long. I'm like, if you want to do an in-ring segment, make it short, sweet, simple, to the damn point.
I agree. Yes, it was like it felt like his Punk was in a. He was like Punk being on NXT, huge deal. They also wanted to have him on there as much as they could, but it felt like he was going to say something and then didn't. So I was like, okay. TJ, your thoughts, if you've got anything to add. Okay. So in tag team action, we saw main roster star Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans go over Damien Hayes and Miles Bourne. So Cedric Alexander on the winning ways. And before I get your thoughts about that, also in 2 weeks, October 8th, is that 2 weeks? 3 weeks? October 8th, he faces Randy Orton. Wow. And he's 20, Orton's 44.
If Javon Evans wins, it'll be the dumbest decision WWE ever made.
Yeah, I don't think Javon's winning, but for him to have a match with Orton is massive. So, TJ, your thoughts on the tag team match and Javon going on to face Orton?
Tag team match was good. I did like that Kalani did run interference during the match. That was kind of funny. And good luck to Javon Evans.
You can see him. He's just going to bounce RKO 1, 2, 3. But Elvis, your thoughts on the tag match and again Orton, Javon Evans in 3 weeks.
It was all right, but the thing I know all of us constantly see this, even when Vinnie Mac was in charge. Why in the world most of these teams that they put 2 black people together or 2 white people together or 2 Hispanics together? It's like, come on, we pretty much know who the hell's gonna win, and what the hell are they doing with freaking what the hell's his name? That was Javon Evans' tag team partners. See, I forget his name.
Cedric Alexander.
What is Cedric doing now these days? He's just bouncing around like a hot potato. He has talent. They need to push him. At least give him a freaking mid-card title shot again. He hasn't been anything since he was heel. And what the hell was he trying to? What country was he trying to be from again?
Hurt Business.
No, when
he was with Commander Aziz.
That's Apollo Crews. Not Cedric Alexander.
Well, shit. Same people to me.
No.
Yeah,
where the hell
completely different people.
Been?
Going back to Cedric, he had a couple of matches with Dragon Lee on Smackdown. 2 really good matches, and I thought, oh, look, he's getting a push, and then nothing.
It's cricket.
And then he turns up on NXT.
All random.
But saying all black people look the same, I think that's a bit racist.
Yeah.
No.
That's fucked up.
Apollo Crews.
You guys took it out of context.
Apollo.
You said Apollo. You said Apollo and Cedric. I'm like, hold up. One
Give me a
ball.
Give me one second.
Dreads.
1 second, my dog. Right.
One guy.
Apollo is
one
like
got dreads.
massive compared to Cedric, and here's how you work them out. Cedric is the flippy guy. Apollo Crews isn't.
That's funny. I'll be fucking around with you.
Because WWE screwed up with Cedric and also the talented Shelton Benjamin. And I met Shelton Benjamin after a wrestling show that happened back in 2017. He's talented, but WWE wasted his talent.
Agreed. Yeah.
Definitely. They had him going after the 24/7 title and jobbing out on main events. Yay. Hooray for Shelton. Anyway, sorry, Marcus.
It's a me, Mario. Okay, jeez.
Mario. Yes, great movie. Anyway, yes, Mario. Your thoughts?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. Javon Evans and Cedric make a good tag team because it's like the old head being around the young bull. It's like, all right, yo, let me help you out a little bit because we know, they might, you want to get bouncy. Well, I'm gonna help you out while also like, being able to play around with the big boys, WCW line. And it was a good match though. It was very entertaining on their behalf, especially. So that was cool. I once again, the no quarter catch crew, I still kind of don't get them in their gimmick. It's still stupid as shit to me. Like, or are they full of suplexes? Like, just call yourselves the suplex machines or some shit. I don't know. The no quarter catch crew. What is that? Is that like a British thing? I don't know. You help me out, Ricky. Is that a British thing? If you don't know,
I don't know. I think so.
Then guess what? Nobody knows what it means, right? The same thing as Pure Fusion Collective. What does that even mean? No one knows. And also Javon Evans going against Randy on NXT. That's big time shit for the young guy, for the young OG. That is big time stuff because there's so much he can learn. And technically they're probably going over the match as is. So there's so much that Javon Evans can learn from Randy, and that means that Shawn Michaels and Randy have a lot of trust with Javon Evans. Like, that says a lot of stuff. Out of all the people on the NXT roster that Randy could face, he's facing Javon Evans. That says a lot about Javon, and that also says a lot about Randy, about the maturity of Randy, and how far they see Javon Evans possibly going in the company.
Was that your first time seeing Tavian Heights? And if so, I think he's super talented. What's your thoughts?
That was my third time. I saw him my time before he went to Japan. Then he interfered with whoever the name of the leader of the no quarter catch crew. Charlie
Dempsey.
That dude, and then
Regal's son.
Tuesday.
I think he's super talented. What do you think?
He's alright. He's like a junior Gable Stevenson. What's that his name? The dude that got released from WWE.
Yes,
Stevenson. Yeah.
I like that Tavian's come from level up because that's where he started, and now he's as much as no counter quatch crew doesn't make any sense, at least he's in a faction being used. So,
okay, real quickly, I want to go off topic, and Ricky, you probably watched this. Who the hell is the first ever women's speed champion?
Well, there's nobody who hasn't been crowned yet, but we'll get to speed in a second. They're in the tournament. Nobody. But who I think wins, probably Naomi. Did they give the title to Naomi? Maybe. I don't know. Brooks Jensen defeated Dion Lennox. I probably had Dion Lennox. I like Lennox. I like his look. And the match, he was in a match and he just threw somebody and like the crowd popped for him. I thought that was cool. Cool win for Brooks, I suppose. Your thoughts, Elfie?
I didn't watch this match.
Marcus,
So-
your thoughts?
I also did not watch this match.
And TJ, you watch the match.
No thoughts.
Okay. Lola
That was
Vice.
easy.
Marcus's favourite, Lola Vice, knocked off JC Jane.
It's my second favorite.
Cool.
No, third favorite.
Cool.
My third favorite girl.
You
I
picked Lash Legend.
just want to correct you. Her new name is going to be Lola Martinez. Okay, that's my
Okay.
future wifey.
So Marcus's favourite is Lash Legend. Who's your second one?
Oh, Miss Parker.
Oh yeah,
Oh
of course.
my
And then Lola
goodness,
Vice.
hallelujah! Shucky ducky quack quack to Jada Parker.
Okay, Booker T. Your thoughts, Marcus, on Lola going over?
Of course, baby girl gonna go over. I mean, I didn't really even watch the match. I just knew she was gonna win.
TJ, any thoughts?
I love watching Lola Vice shake her ass. As somebody as somebody of Cuban descent, I can appreciate that.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And Elvis, I know you've got Cuban heritage, and
Okay, this is what I want. Although it's not going to happen. Lola Vice versus Liv Morgan in a bra and panties match.
well, first of all, what Lola Vice is on NXT, and
Like
second
I
of all,
said,
you're
it's not going to happen, but one could dream. One
you're
could
taking
dream.
Where's the match going to
business
take
back.
place? Your bedroom?
Huh?
You're taking
The match will
business
take place
back.
in his bedroom, and he'll be special guest referee.
You're taking the business back about 20 years, wasn't it? Mania, oh God, Mania 20 evening gown match. Let's move on to the main event spot, which was your contract signing with Tyrese Halliburton. I'm guessing all you three know who that is.
I know who that is.
Do you know who he is, Belvis? No.
Nope.
Mark, TJ. NBA player. That's all I know of him because he said it.
He's a small forward for the Indiana Pacers, and he also won a gold medal this summer.
Okay, what in the Olympics? No.
Yep, he just sat on the bench.
He won a medal by doing nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
okay. So he came out. I don't know who he is. I don't watch NBA, but I think it's cool that WWE can bring in these guys, and that's also going to help their audience. Hopefully, grow the audience. Trick Williams came out. Ethan Page came out. Contract signed. CM Punk comes out. He's your special guest referee. Ethan and Trick fight. I think Drew's going to attack Punk after the match, October 1st. But let's get back to this NXT. Elvis, your thoughts?
It was obvious that Punk was going to be the special referee. Why? I don't know. And with the match that's coming up, although this isn't prediction, I got to go with All Ego. He's just a cocky SOB, and he's good at what he's doing right now by poking the bear. And All Ego is going to whoop that Trick. Yeah.
I wanted Punk to wrestle, and I think Orton's wrestling. If Punk wrestled, that would do well for numbers, wouldn't it? Whatever.
And then I think how it's going to go about, Punk's going to get in the way, Trick Williams is going to duck or move, and All Ego is going to knock out Punk, and then all hell's going to break loose. Or vice versa. Trick might accidentally knock down Punk when All Ego moves out of the way.
I think Drew's going to clock Punk after the match and destroy him before their Hell in a Cell match. So I think that happens. Marcus, your thoughts on the closing segment of NXT?
I mean, like the closest. I mean, first of all, Tyrese Halliburton is funny as shit. He was like, "Man, I can't get mad that y'all Orlando Magic fans killed me. That killed me. That was the first part that blew my fucking mind." But overall, good segment, good closing segment. That's good news that CM Punk is going to be the special guest referee. That's what's up. That's cool. I'm not going to do a prediction because it's not the prediction show, but it was a good last segment though.
And TJ, you rating for NXT, I will say. Okay, you have Punk on, so I'll say a silver plus. Your rating, Elvis.
Silver minus.
Okay, TJ
Silver plus.
and Marcus.
Silver minus.
Speaking of WWE Speed on Wednesday nights on X, Kairi Sane knocks off Elektra Lopez. Okay, no shocker there. Now, she wasn't injured in this match, obviously she taped that match months ago, but a light speed, I'll say silver minus. So let's get on to
Okay, I want to ask
show.
a quick question to Marcus. Okay, would you rather have Miss Lola Vice or Thick Kita, which is Nikki Lyons?
Who the hell?
He hasn't been watching NXT.
I know who Nikita is. I'm not answering the question.
Nikita Lyons.
I'm not answering the question because we need to get the show keep going.
Right. I was just going to answer for you because I was going to say Marcus hasn't been watching NXT for long, and maybe
I
a
know who
month.
Nikita is though. Nikita, that donk is legendary. Hold up now. I know who she is, but we gotta keep the show going.
And then, fun fact: her and I share the same birthday.
Good. Well, happy birthday for you and Nikita. Your birthday's in October.
August. Yeah.
Okay. Right then, I'm thinking of someone else in October. Marcus, you're the great everybody's favorite restaurant where you get rock burgers and Scorpion King shakes. Over to you, Marcus.
Where we get nightmare cheesesteaks, bro. Talking about Smacky D's, bro. We're talking about Smacky D's. Smacky D's came out of Sacramento, California, Sacktown, or we could call it Smacktown for the episode of Smacky D's. So first part of the show, of course, it came on, blah blah blah. Bloodline got patted down by security. It was a little weird, but then Jacob just snapped on him and then attacked the security guards. Right? That was crazy. Ricky, what do you think about the opening thing on Smacky D's?
I don't like that Jacob spoke. Not like he just spoke because like he's a normal guy, but he's meant to be this werewolf, and then he meant to fear him, and he just went, "Who wants another whooping?" Like, and it was a little bit weird. So yeah, I agree with you.
Elvis, what do you think about the opening segment of Smacky D's?
Well, I'll give you a fun fact about the opening right there. And of course, when security gets attacked, they're independent wrestlers. And that independent wrestler, I actually know because he wrestled for a local wrestling, which is CSW, which is Colorado Springs Wrestling, just north of me. But I haven't been to one of those shows for a while. You can find him on Facebook. His real name is Manny Lemon, and he has played a heel and a face, and he squeezes lemon juice in his opponent's eyes and everything. He's actually a good guy, and I know him personally. And he's also played security in the past too for WWE as an extra. So it was good for him to get that 10 seconds on TV.
The one that got thrown and tossed over, whatever it was.
Yes, Manny Lemons. And I have him on my Facebook, Ricky.
That's cool.
Maybe we can have him on and we'll interview him. But
TJ, what did you think
TJ,
about
yeah.
the Orban and Smack segment, Smacky D's?
Thought it was funny watching security get thrown around.
All right, cool. That's what's up. Next thing that happened on Smacky D's, if I missed something, it was a U.S. title match out for the United States of America title. That thing. We had L.A. Knight,
Wow.
the champion, defending against Andre and Andrade.
Andrade.
And LA Knight defeated Andrade. Thoughts, TJ, on Andrade counting the lights for
Well, I think he's getting lost in the shuffle. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Andrade getting lost in the shuffle.
It was obvious who was going to win that match. I think that match went way too damn long. It should have been about a 12 to 15-minute match.
Okay. Ricky, what are your thoughts?
Good match. Knight has certainly improved as champion. There was a time that I couldn't stand Knight on the screen. And Elvis is, I don't know, he's wrestling someone over there. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe wrestling somebody. Anyway.
Only wrestling a bag of chips.
No, I'm in the kitchen. I'm over here.
He's trying to be the Rock. That's okay. He's trying to be the Rock then.
No, I got it, Ricky. You don't gotta rush me, dog. I got it.
No, I'm finished. I still haven't finished. I'm halfway through my thoughts. Only I got a whole lot better, better, cool. But I was probably going to get to this after the match. So we're seeing Andrade, Carmelo Hayes again.
Why can't I do this? Let me do that.
Sorry.
All right. Because you know I'm detailed. Carmelo Hayes then talks to Andrade and let him know, like, yo, bro, it would never been me. I would never lost that match. And so Andrade was like, hey, I'm gonna sock you. So they start fighting about it. So they got into a brawl. Everybody had to break it up. Ricky, what are your thoughts about the little brawl that Carmelo and Andrade had?
Where it's leading to a thick match between the two. You want to talk about lost in the shuffle? Carmelo definitely is just if you're the same guy in 6 matches.
True, he's getting lost. TJ, wait. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ricky. Go ahead, buddy.
I think Carmelo.
It's like let's just throw him at him again. Just like okay, whatever.
Go ahead, TJ.
I think Andrade and Carmelo have found their rival in each other.
Elvis.
I think it's just to fill in some airtime, and it's probably going to even out 3-3, and then they're probably going to verse each other at Bad Blood or at Blood Money with some stipulation. It's just like when it was Sheamus versus
Cesaro or Claudio
Cesaro.
Castagnoli.
Yep. It's just going to be like that, going to go back and forth. It's already stale in my opinion.
But Cesaro and Sheamus were good, so there's your difference there.
But so, what's the outcome on whoever wins? What's their prize? What's their push?
Nothing.
There's absolutely 0 point to this.
So the next thing was the pre-recorded segment between Roman meeting Cody Rhodes at the Georgia Tech football stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Mind you, Roman Reigns played football at Georgia Tech, and Cody's from Atlanta. So, it's kind of the tale of two different people inside that same city, that same place, especially being on that football field, who, by the way, Sheamus had predicted during week 0 of the college football season to predict them in the upset victory against Florida State University, which is why he keeps getting invited back to their football games. But just to give my thoughts on it, well, I got to give my thoughts on 2 things before that. I feel like LA Knight beating Andrade was the right thing, obviously, to keep building momentum for LA Knight, yeah. The Carmelo and Andrade thing, come on, seriously, that shit needs to end. It's getting kind of stale after a while. The Cody meeting Roman, it was dope. First of all, I like to say this. I love the fact that Roman always comes out in Jordans and a t-shirt, laid back look. I also love the fact that Cody Rhodes comes out in the fucking most fire suits in the world. TJ, as a man that admires suits and good looking shit like you and I do, we both can agree that Cody's suit game is fucking fire. That shit is lit. And the car that he drove looked amazing. Cody and him had a great tit for tat, great promo cutting, great conversation, and it's going to lead to a great tag match at Bad Blood. TJ, your thoughts?
My thoughts.
What? Elvis doing over there? He looks like sounds like he's
That's the
killing a dog.
I told you I'm in the kitchen.
I feel like Carmelo and Andrade are going to be a sick ass tag team sooner or later.
All right. What about the Roman and Cody pre-recorded segment at Georgia Tech?
That was them getting in each other's heads and meeting in the middle.
Elvis, what's your thoughts on the pre-recorded segment?
Okay, am I the only one that thought about this about Roman Reigns? Was it me, or did he have the cars like if he was the president of the United States of America?
Yeah. Convoy? Yeah, he had a convoy, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? All he's missing are the cops, the ambulance, and everything else. And then with Cody Rhodes' drip, this is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. I think that Seth Rollins has better drip than Cody Rhodes. And I just want to say something off record. I know probably for the first time in a long time, Ricky is actually going for Cody Rhodes to win a match.
Well, yeah, because it's Reigns, but
Ricky, we know you hate Cody. We know you probably got a poster of Cody somewhere in your house that you don't want to show nobody.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, it's in the bathroom on the toilet seat.
No, that he kisses. It's one that he kisses in his book somewhere. What are your thoughts on the pre-recorded?
I'll be right back in a minute. Just carry on. I'll be right back.
Right. First of all, that whining sound like you're going to torture a dog. So never do that. Dogs aren't meant to be tortured. Dogs are meant to be. Whatever. I'm getting onto my love for animals. Anyway, this hyped up the match. As people said, like it was a trailer for a Hollywood movie. Shot very well. I liked the Reigns turned up with a convoy. Reigns saying like, I don't really need you, but yeah, I'll have you back. But I'm taking that title after Bad Blood. But Cody's dragged Reigns into a pre-tape segment. Ew. Reigns wasn't even on the show live, so.
So let me ask you a follow-up question, TJ. You're also welcome to answer this question. Does Roman even need to be on SmackDown to hype up a tag match? Do neither one of them need to be on SmackDown to hype up a tag match?
True. Okay, then. Yeah.
Let's really be real about this. It wasn't remember the show was in Sacramento, California. They were both in Atlanta, which is where Bad Blood is going to be at. There's no need for them to be at the show to hype up a tag match.
Well, one of them turned up later, but I'm sure you'll get to that.
Yeah, but that's later, right? So the next segment was Apollo versus Da Vinci, and once again, Apollo defeated Da Vinci. Ricky,
I love that Apollo's getting wings. It's getting some sort of push. Again, I think this clarifies that we really hate Giovanni Vinci's new gimmick. Let's see where this goes with Apollo Crews is all I'm going to say.
Okay, TJ, thoughts on Apollo defeating Da Vinci?
Who did Da Vinci piss off?
That's That's a great question because I don't know.
Probably Triple H.
I don't know, man. Elvis, what are your thoughts on Apollo defeating Da Vinci, or maybe Cedric Alexander,
Apollo!
or
See,
maybe
I actually
Cedric
thought it was going to
Alexander?
be
Who was
tied
it?
1-1 this week, but I guess Da Vinci is just the next, what the hell, Brian Myers or freaking, what the hell was his name in
Kurt
WWE?
Hawkins.
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins. See, I can't remember. It's been so damn long. Hey, even last week when he had that 10-second match, he still got paid, okay? So he's getting paid.
Well, yeah, true. Well, they don't care about wins. Again, this is why they don't care about wins and losses. They care about money, money, money. Obviously, wins and being champion brings in more money, so they kind of do care. But yeah,
But what needs to happen is build up Da Vinci, and you guys are probably going to think since I'm from Colorado, I'm smoking something, which I'm not. Have him face LA Knight and have him beat LA Knight.
yeah. Okay, let's just move on, Marcus.
You come on pulling a Jinder Mahal? That's crazy. So Kevin Owens came out to cut a promo because you could tell the whole time he was looking disappointed. Byron Saxton been trying to talk to him, and Kevin just is in kind of disbelief about the whole thing about Cody and Roman. So Kevin comes out, does a promo. Kevin gets jumped by the Bloodline, and then DIY came out, and all this made a 6-man tag match. And it was like, because he was like, all right, screw this, we're just gonna make a 6-man tag, whatever. Ricky, what's your thoughts on the whole thing with KO right now?
We'll get to him later in the main event segment, but I'll say my thoughts till then. But with Tama, he talks just as a normal guy, which he is. Again, characters, he just went, my orders of the tribal chief will come out to destroy you. Like, aren't you meant to be some like savage beast? Ugh.
I think Samoans are trying to get rid of that. Well, the thing is with Samoans, that's actually like a racial thing. That if you label them like, because they can't be savage beasts, that's like a racial thing.
I mean, in the ring, like he's this unsane animal, and he comes out and says, "Well, my orders, our tribal chief, we're gonna come out and beat you."
Still gotta be able to let them talk, TJ, what are your thoughts about the Kevin Owens segment?
He's slowly itching for a heel turn.
I like that. I like how it was also your delivery is very slow and steady. Elvis, your thoughts on the Kevin Owens segment? Don't talk about the end of SmackDown.
I think it's just getting old with this whole situation. And of course, we all see what's going to be going on soon. But why do we keep going down the same route again with the other ones? It's just like Andrade and Carmelo.
So
it's the same things happening over and over and over and over. It's a rerun.
I'll give my thoughts about that maybe in the last segment that we have on the Rain and Rock podcast, because I do have something I want to say mostly about my show, Smacky D's, good old restaurant. Next segment is Bayley and Naomi talk about if they're going to win the match tonight over Queen Nia and I guess Princess Tiffany Stratton. Real quick, your response shouldn't take this long. You got 20 seconds. Ricky, go.
It was a segment. It led to a match. There you go.
Thanks. TJ, you got 20 seconds. Go.
It was just a regular response that led to a match. Next.
Cool. Elvis, you got 20 seconds. Go.
Tiffy Time is my future wifey, and nobody isn't going to touch her.
So Tiffany Stratton, who else? Jada Park, I don't know.
That's time. I'm moving on to the next segment.
Right.
That segment was short. Bayley, and then we got into the match. Bayley and Naomi versus Queen Nia and Tiffany Stratton in a tornado tag, which is a rare thing to see sometimes. Bayley and Naomi both pinned Queen Nia. They pulled an Undertaker and Kane over Austin kind of type of deal. So neither one of them got to leave, which means they both get to have a title match or something like that. Thoughts on the tornado tag, TJ?
Another opportunity for us to get to see Bailey's booty. That's always a good day.
Amen to that.
For real, I give you that, man. Listen, handshake for sure. That was a good response.
And anytime we get to see Naomi be flexible.
Also a handshake on that. Elvis.
And I see why that they made it a tornado tag team match, but I would have booked the ending differently. I would have had Nia Jax and Tiffany get counted out, because if you go back and watch it, Naomi's feet were underneath the rope, so Jessica Carr shouldn't even have counted the 1, 2, 3. It was obvious, and once again, I'm glad my Tiffy was protected and didn't get pinned.
But the champion did get a pin, so.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Is she going to leave SmackDown then? Because that was the stipulation.
No.
So the step was Bailey and Naomi. If one of them get pinned, they have to leave.
Good match. Good finish. I'll say my thoughts to what the backstage segment they did.
Well, the backstage segment was they both went to Nick Aldis, and they both they was trying to get through the fluff of what it was.
So Bailey's booty or Lola Vice's booty, who's better?
So they have a match against each other. No, I'm keep going, Ricky. So I'm talking. So they have a match on Smacky D's next week, right? They have a match next week to determine who's going to face Queen Nia at Bad Blood. Am I correct?
Yes, but I would
to quickly answer your question, Elvis, no comment because they both got a nice one. Go ahead, Ricky.
I would have both Tiffany and Nia attack Naomi and Bailey at the same time, so no one wins, to lead to a triple threat match at Bad Blood, which makes it a little bit less predictable, and Naomi's in there as well, so there you go.
Exactly, right. Triple threat. You got it.
TJ, thoughts about the backstage segment with Nick Aldis with Naomi and Bailey? 30 seconds.
Alrighty, I just thought that it was a segment to just pump up the next match for next week. I'm looking forward to see Bailey and Naomi. Naomi's probably going to turn heel again.
Cool. All right, everybody get your thoughts on that. Chelsea Green had a nice little vignette about her upcoming dumpster match against Mi Chen. I'm gonna get my thoughts on it first. We haven't seen a dumpster match since I feel like WrestleMania back in the day with Road Dogg and Billy Gunn before he was Mr. Ass. Versus Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack. So that's been a long time. But them two having a dumpster match, I'm not too sure how it's going to look or go. But I'm intrigued by it. The vignette was kind of funny. It wasn't like I'm about to fall out of my seat funny, but it was funny.
I think Braun and Kalisto had a dumpster match on Raw when Kalisto was in WWE. I think that was the last dumpster match we saw. I might be mistaken there. He might have got thrown into a dumpster, but good comedy segment. Yeah, cool.
It was like Chelsea Green was practicing or getting ready like Rocky Balboa. That's what it made me reminded me of. And we all know what's going to be the outcome of that match. It's obvious.
I like
and instead of calling her Mia Yim, I call her Mia Yum.
Is there any other woman on the roster you don't fancy? Or anyway,
Nia Jax.
I like that Michin is continued to get that push. She might not be getting the wins, but she's continued to be used and getting a push. So.
TJ.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts about the vignette with Chelsea Green?
Chelsea Green always reminds me of a Karen. She's like a Canadian Karen.
Yeah, that's her gimmick. That's it. Thoughts about the dumpster match? You answer so fast, I gotta follow up with that. Thoughts about the dumpster match, TJ?
The dumpster match is pretty much the object is to beat your opponent to the point senseless where you just put them in the dumpster. It's like a trashier version of a casket match.
Pretty much, yeah. Next segment. Let me just pull up my notes again. Wow, bang! We're at the end of the show. Damn it, we're at the show, folks. Kevin Owens teams with DIY to face the Bloodline. The Bloodline attacks DIY in the back. The match turns into KO with everybody's favorite black tag team, the Street Profits, versus the Bloodline. The match ends in a no contest because the referee lost control of the match. The teams continue to brawl outside the ring. Cody Rhodes comes out and joins the brawl. And Cody and Kevin have a little handshake after a bit of uncertainty between the two gentlemen. It looked like Kevin was about to hit Cody with the chair, or at least he had it up on guard. They came in with a nice little handshake hug to end the show. End credits, Paul Levesque and whoever that other guy is. Elvis, thoughts on the final segment of Smacky D's, the best show in the world?
Well, they're teasing something with Kevin Owens. When that happens, when they pull the trigger, we don't know. But it's obvious something's going to happen. Will Kevin Owens join the Bloodline, although he's not the Bloodline at all? And what will come about when he does turn heel for the 10,000th time like Big Show? What push does he get? He's a mid-carder.
Okay. TJ.
Heel Kevin Owens just works.
Heel Kevin Owens just works. Go ahead, Ricky.
Also, the Street Profits obviously make sense going back to what Bloodline did on NXT. No one won. Okay. So Owens is. So when do we get Owens Cody? Do we get that at Crown Jewel rather than rumored match of Reigns Cody? And yes, Owens isn't beating Cody, and the ending was just like, what's going on? He didn't want to shake his hand. I suppose it left you with questions, and that's the whole point. But yeah.
Okay. So my overall rating for Smacky D's is a silver plus. Elvis.
Silver plus.
No such thing, so gold then.
Ricky.
I'll say silver for SmackDown as well.
TJ.
Silver.
All right. Ricky, take it away.
The final show is level up before we get into some news and headlines here. So 4 matches. Marcus's favourite Lash Legend in action, and she won against Laney Reid. Tariq Igwe, that apparently just got stopped for something. I don't know what he pulled over for. Was it? You have to Google it. We got pulled over for something. To him and Tyson DuPont knocked off Uriah Connors and Cale Dixon. Stacks over Jasper Troy allowed that the family continue to get wins, and Sol Ruka, what do we call her? TJ Surfing Lana went over Danny Palmer. I'll give that a silver. So 1 final ad and 1 final segment. So let me go to that ad now as I put my phone on charge. Let me play this.
To never miss a second, never miss an upload, never miss anything I do, and never miss when I go live doing watch parties and my brand new podcast, live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. The Reigning Rock Podcast. And me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pete. Whilst there, search on Facebook WWA World Wrestling Alliance. Follow me on X at Ricky Goldmans. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and search Goldmans1 and head over to my YouTube channel. Search, like, and subscribe to the People's Wrestling Channel. That once again, the People's Wrestling Channel.
That is right. And me, follow me, like, subscribe. I know it's again it's Wednesdays, but it's obviously weekends, the Reigning Rock Podcast. The next one will be next Saturday, hopefully. And on my social on the screen right now to take a good look as we go into our final segment here, which is, of course, give me a second, and it is that is right, news and headlines. Three pieces of news. First of all, on their way to WWE, all the way from AEW, are Rey Fenix, Penta El Zero Miedo. The Lucha Bros are on their way to WWE. Cool. Apparently they're on the way to the main roster as well, so not going to NXT. I think they'll fit in WWE. Maybe they defeat Judgment Day for the tag titles. I presume that the Lucha Bros will be face. We'll have to wait and see. Elvis, your thoughts on Lucha Bros coming to WWE?
They're talented, and I've followed them since they were in Lucha Underground, but I think they're just going to get caught up in the mix. And I would actually put them on Raw instead of SmackDown, though.
Yes, that's where the Judgment Day are, so they can go after the Judgment Day and beat the titles.
I just hope that they don't get lost in the mix and become a stereotype or even feud with stupid teams. But they are talented.
Definitely they are, yes. TJ, have you got any thoughts about Lucha Bros on the way to the land of WWE?
No thoughts.
And Marcus, your thoughts?
It's going to be a bit of a transition for them. One, the WWE style. That's one. Two, the language. It's cool when are they bringing a manager with them? Is there any news about that?
Oh no, there isn't. Of course, Penta can't really speak English, can he? I think Rey Fenix can.
I hope so. I hope Rey Fenix can to speak English, because if not, they about to be buried like shit. Also, they're going to be in the LWO. Just want to let y'all know that.
Ugh, no.
Yeah. Yay!
And that's why I said I don't want it to be a stereotype.
You have them debut. I think you have them both debut in the Rumble, probably, and then they go on to beat. If Judgment Day are still champions by then, they go on to beat the Judgment Day. Second piece of news, of course, keeping with AEW, and that is Rampage is meant to be cancelled and replaced by Shockwave. Ugh, I don't care what they call the AEW show. It's still AEW. It's still bad. Shockwave and Heatwave aren't exactly mile universes apart. They're very similar names. Doesn't it say it all, before I get your thoughts, that a 5-year company and this is the third show they've had to cancel? Because nothing's over and nothing's working. TJ, any thoughts about Rampage being cancelled?
No. He said no.
Right. Elvis, have you got any thoughts?
It is what it is. A business decision by TK himself.
And Marcus, anything to add?
Smart decision, because they can't handle it.
Yeah, I think it's smart, because if they had 4 shows, Rampage, Dynamite, Collision, and Shockwave. Even WWE are smart. Well, WWE are smart enough to know that 3 shows. I don't count main event, Speed, and Level Up as main shows. So you've got 3 main shows, and that's enough for anybody. Which brings on to a final piece of news. I know Marcus has got many thoughts about this, but rumors look like they might be true. SmackDown going 3 hours in January. Who was the person that asked for another hour? Now, I like this, but also I don't get it. So I like the extra hour of wrestling. Great. If me personally, if SmackDown was 8 hours, good. That's a lot to fill, and that will be horrendous. I get that will be horrendous. 8 hours. You'd go to bed, it would still be on. How would you fill 8 hours? I presume this is a Nick Khan decision because if in an interview he did a number of years ago, if it was left up to him, SmackDown would be 8 hours and Raw would be 12 hours. But he's just thinking of money, money, money. They haven't got enough star power on SmackDown. You've got, I'll leave my bias out of it. You've got Reigns, Cody, Logan, Knight, Orton. That's it. Mate, that's it on the men's side. I don't think anyone 50 maybe on the women's side. But on the men's side, you've got 5 stars. And I really think this limits the audience because no one asked for an extra hour on SmackDown. No one has said SmackDown should be 3 hours. So I think it limits their audience because I think 2 hours much easier to watch than 3 hours. So cool. We get an extra hour of wrestling, but they now depleted the audience. And how are they going to fill 3 hours?
With stupid segments?
Probably. Your thoughts?
And then that's also an extra hour of our tribal chief. We could see him for an extra 5-10 minutes or whatever.
Okay, you're right. We thought we're probably going to do. We play getting SmackDown all about Reigns now, but
and then it could also lead to longer matches, even if they're an extra 2 or 3 minutes longer.
Some weeks it feels like they struggle to fill 2 hours. Some weeks, not every week. I don't think goes smoothly and just.
But that's only going to be for a small period of time, right? For 2 hours. I mean, for 3 hours
until June for 6 months. But is that them just texting and then they're going to go, oh, this is extra money. Let's keep it at 3 hours. So I would imagine forever. But
and you also missed the other big news of the week. Miro.
Oh, okay, we can leave that till last then. Okay, then, yeah. But your thoughts on SmackDown going 3 hours, Elvis?
Yeah, we'll see how it does and everything. So, doesn't hurt to try it.
Suppose. TJ, any thoughts?
No thoughts. Let's see how it works out.
And off you go, Marcus. You've got a whole section on this, so go on, let's hear it.
All right, here we go, boys. So here we go. SmackDown, 3 hours. Shitty idea. Who pitched it? USA Network did. Why? Because they're missing an hour from off of Raw, and they probably don't got no night programming that don't start until 11 o'clock. That's more than likely what happened because that's why Raw's 3 hours. Raw's 3 hours because USA Network recommended that Raw be 3 hours because their other programming doesn't start until 11 o'clock. So that's the one thing about dealing with network TV that's different than dealing with a streaming service is you have to talk with network execs to see what time frame is best fit for the product. So for example, SmackDown being on Fox has their news at 10 o'clock, which is probably one of their most watched times for the news. Because I watch Fox 29 after SmackDown goes off, then if I'm still in the house at that, right? Because the other thing about it is SmackDown has probably smaller viewership because it's Friday night. You know what people do on Friday nights? They go to fuck outside. They like to hang out. They go to the club. They go to the bar. They go out they're going out with their friends. They're traveling. They're doing other things on Friday nights, not watching SmackDown. So that SmackDown audience, now you might be dwindling that number even lower because now it's 3 hours. Mind you, people rejoiced with Raw going to 2 hours. I know I rejoiced. I danced and everything. I was happy as hell. Be like, yeah, Raw 2 hours, dynamite. Now, SmackDown being 3 hours, is gonna drag on, and the star power. And I think Elvis talked about this before, and you talked about this as well. The star power, and this leads me to my next thing I was going to say. I apologize for holding on from the Miro news. Real quick survey. It's survey time, Scott Hall style. Raise your hand if you think Cody Rhodes' title run has been good.
Over here.
Survey says bad guys always get the victory. Right?
We missed a whole lot of comments here, guys.
Now, hold on. I got it. Here's the thing. Cody Rhodes' title run has not been good. Why? He doesn't have enough heels. There's not enough heels on SmackDown. There's not enough formidable heels on SmackDown. Solo is the only formidable heel on SmackDown. Other than that, it's nobody the fuck else. No one's a threat to Cody Rhodes and his title run on SmackDown, right? You could probably do one of those things where somebody from Raw comes over or whatever, but his title run is garbage. Why? Because he has no heels to go up against him. Versus on Raw, at least Gunther's a heel and there's a lot of baby faces on Raw. It's not enough heels on SmackDown for Cody to really be going up against and have a rotation. So that whole star power and them being 3 hours is going to suck so much. And well, one of the advantages is that is going to allow them to expand the roster of SmackDown because now it's going to be 3 hours, not 2 hours.
Well, I just thought of this. So for SmackDown going to 3 hours, I know how they could fill the last hour. And I'm going to see some eye rolls and some smacking their heads and everything. Let's have an Iron Man match with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade.
Right, okay, we'll move on. We've got a lot of coming to read out I've missed, unfortunately. I'll read those out in a second. So, Marcus, you said that USA wants SmackDown to be 3 hours because of Raw. They're missing Raw completely next year. They will no longer have Raw. It's going to Netflix. So
I know that's what I'm saying though. They're missing that. They're missing that 3 hour block for wrestling, and so they're like, let's do it with SmackDown.
So I missed a hell of a lot of comments here. So let me read these out. So Usos in ring work is phony and horrible. He's okay. When showed video when attacking Trey, yes, we've said that. No comments, Adonis. Wrestling Tatanka Jr. I don't know what these comments are, so got a feeling Drew's going to show up attacking Punk, like I said, yes. Fernanke could help.
Julia,
okay, your thoughts on this, all of you. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, that'd be cool, but nah, leave Funaki to his duties doing whatever he's doing.
Funaki, NXT.
I think he's like
NXT number one translator.
Announcer, he's a commentator, not commentator.
Well, he could be the manager then.
I think Fernanke is a
or translator.
Trainer in NXT. One word stardom, that's what Julia. Punk kind of took long. What?
Yes, it was a long
Punk
promo.
kind of took long with his promo, sucking up the crowd. Yeah, the crowd just loved him there, didn't they? The Punk in NXT, they don't get that every week, do they? Evan's gonna. What? Oh yeah, the what did he do? The 450 into the RKO. That was so good.
Yeah, that was dope.
So the timing, no penny catch crew. I like that. Fatal influence equals toxic attraction 2.0. Well, yeah, they do. Yes, that's what it is, really. Puppies. Okay, Jura King Lawler. NWA basket. Right, okay. Paige retains. Got a feeling Drew going to attack Punk before the match. Maybe, possibly. So then, what? Punk is weak. Nikita Lyons. Cora Jade is another one. Do you like Cora Jade, Elvis?
She's all right.
What's up? This is a person that just is watching now, Rachel Bryan, and a wave. I prefer that personally, but there you go. And yeah, so let's okay, Elvis. Our final segment is Miro Rusev. Left AEW, looks like he's on his way, maybe on his way to WWE. How over was Rusev Day? Super over. He went to AEW and he was TNT champion. Yay. That's like winning the 24/7 title.
They didn't do much with him.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay, it's like winning the Heritage Cup title. That yes, while the Heritage Cup is different, does it really mean anything? So, okay, Elvis, you gave us the breaking news, not breaking news, but you reminded me of it. So, your thoughts of Miro leaving AEW?
It's not much of a loss for AEW because they didn't do much with him. He didn't move the needle. He was just there, so it could be a good thing on his end.
And we've got a coming through from Rachel Bryan, Daniel Bryan's sister. If you guys could be a WWE trio, well, more of a four-way or a faction, what would you call it? Something golden. It'd have to be all about me. Elvis, what would you?
I just want to say that Ricky will be the fourth man in this fucking tag team. In this
I'm the leader.
He'd be the back player that we would turn on eventually.
Yeah, definitely would.
Exactly. USA versus UK. USKA.
I would be the leader.
Rachel Bryan looks good. Looks about as good as butter on grits.
Rachel Bryan. That's Daniel Bryan's sister. What? I don't. Butter on grits. What? I don't know what grits is. Is that like biscuits?
No, she looks about as good as butter on biscuits.
Who knows if that's a real picture though?
It is. As well. If it's the same on his Facebook, then.
Well, does she live in the United States or what?
Yes. Uska sounds cool. I don't know what Uska is.
US for USA.
And then, right. Yeah, but
you guys.
Okay.
The UK.
Right. Thank God
US, UKA.
Elvis knows what's happening here. Thank God. TJ, have you got any thoughts about Miro leaving AEW?
I think it was long overdue. I mean, his marriage to Lana is done. He hasn't really made a mark in AEW. I also know Triple H was high on him when he was in WWE. So it only makes sense that he should go back to WWE.
Like I've said, how over was organically over. Rusev Day was like, obviously Vince didn't like it because he was getting himself over, but talent like Miro's just wasted. Marcus, your thoughts?
So, Rusev, when he first went to AEW, it was like, first of all, his first gimmick was trash, right? He was the best man for what's his face?
Kip Sabian.
He was Kip Sabian's best man. That ain't really going nowhere. Then he became the Redeemer. That was kind of cool for a bit. Won that pretty much their TV title, which is once again pretty cool for a bit. This is when AEW was starting to fall off for real, and now it's like nothing. He had a great gimmick in WWE. First of all, his first gimmick in WWE was pretty damn good as a foreign heel, typical foreign hero, but he was formidable. He was scary. He just got put down by John Cena, the All-American dude. Of course, cool, whatever. But then Rusev Day was the best thing going for a good ass minute. I actually have a Rusev Day shirt. I love that shirt. That was one of my favorite shirts. Him and Aiden English absolutely killed it. I hate the fact that they had to kill that gimmick just because Vince didn't like it because he got himself over. He pulled a Zack Ryder and shit. I do feel like Rusev coming back is a amazing thing, and once again, this is a part of that whole Smackdown going through the 3 hours thing. So he could be able to be a part of Smacky D's.
Do you think he returns maybe in the Rumble or something?
It'd be better for him to return in the Rumble because that's when surprises happen.
So you could have
Now, how about the new SmackDown logo? How ugly it is.
We'll answer that in a second. We said that last week, but we'll answer that in a second. But I'll finish with this thought. Rusev, or Miro, we'll call him Rusev, and the Lucha Bros debut in the Rumble. Yeah. Because you can't expect the WWE crowd to know who the Lucha Bros are. The SmackDown logo, it's different. I'll say that.
They should bring back the fist.
I like
That's a stage. So the fist was a stage. The new logo, I like it. I like the logo, and I like the fact they have a theme song.
But you only saw the intro this last week on SmackDown, which I didn't think you'd ever see that again, because I don't know why Raw and SmackDown don't have an intro. It's like, because it's when they get into the action, don't they? So you're like, no, we're not playing this intro that takes 2 minutes. That's too much time wasted.
Yeah. Plus, they don't have. I mean, yeah. I mean, the days of good intros for the shows is over, sadly. But I do like the new SmackDown official theme song by Meg Thee Stallion, though.
It's different.
Yeah, it's cool. It's dope.
My logo's fine. Well, okay. Which logo from my channel is fine. It's all golden, and the logo for the thumbnail is fine. But thank you for the advice.
There's nothing wrong with change, friend.
Hey, how about that the next time we could get Rachel Bryan on the show?
Yes, well, she just asked, could she come on? Obviously, it's too late now, but yeah, she could come on at some point. Daniel Bryan's sister. Rachel, how is Daniel Bryan doing after being short out? Is he fine? You're his sister, you should know. Anyway, I hope he's doing okay. I love to, but I know he ain't no expert. Well, as long as you watch,
just watch the shows, and you can come on. You can come on and chop it up.
All you gotta do is agree with the king over here. That's all that matters.
Who's the king? Me? That's what's
me.
Up. It ain't true.
She's not related to Daniel Bryan. I know you're not, but you got the same. Well, no, okay, he's called Bryan Danielson, isn't he? But okay, in WWE, he's called Daniel Bryan.
It's okay. We don't gotta tell your brother who you are.
So,
I would deny him too.
Subscribe. Thank you for joining me, Elvis. I said to come up with who is the king? Oh God, I'm finishing up. Who's the king?
I'm
Elvis.
the king, Rachel. Over here, and you could be the
Elvis,
queen.
the king of rock and roll,
and Queen Rachel.
4-way rumble to decide it. Decide what?
Who's the king?
Me.
Right.
Keep up, Ricky.
Elvis, I hope you come up with a catchphrase. So your catchphrase to close out the show is
bow down to me.
No.
That'll do. That will do. Marcus.
Ching ching, bling bling. There's always money overhead.
And TJ.
Knowledge is power.
Okay. Nice. Is that nice? Okay.
Nice.
And like, subscribe. Rachel will get on at some point. We'll have a bit of glamour on the show. Okay, a bit more glamour on the show. Where's the blue suede shoes, Elvis? They're in his closet. So a bit more glamour on the show. And like, subscribe, and remember, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name, and excellence is Ricky Goldman. And always also remember to acknowledge and electrify. We'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe, and good. Somewhere here. Good. Nice.